when we jump way back to the early days of Web 1, and email was exactly what I want to dive into, because when you think of email, it was, if you were on Prodigy, you could email Prodigy members. If you were on, CompuServe, you could email CompuServe. And for a long time, it was really siloed like that. And if you wanted to send one from one to the other, there was it had to be an entirely different way. And it was this weird, clunky thing. And we're seeing that right now with the blockchains. We're seeing the level ones, are all kind of trying to figure their thing out. And I haven't seen an AOL that just says, no, we're cool. We can handle everybody. And to me, I'm not a level 2 guy. That's me, and that's my own personal opinion. I don't think that there's a long-term use for that. But unless you're talking about Bitcoin, but these level 1s that are out there, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, everything else. How do you feel that the long-term viability of all these level 1s is going to be? Is there a winner, or is there just always going to be kind of different use cases? Like we have to rethink what is the internet. Because the internet's not Ethereum, the internet's not Solana, the internet's not Cardano. What does it look like in your mind with all these different chains?
Yeah, so I'm not much of like a handyman mechanic kind of a guy, but I've got a friend who you go into his garage and he has a wall full of wrenches. And each wrench does something different. And I've got one wrench, the adjustable wrench, and it's a hammer, it's a screwdriver if I can use the point of it. It's right. So when you think about like where we came from in the 90s, the United States dominated global software. And the reason we dominated global software is because this elixir between Silicon Valley and what was happening at Stanford, and where the money was concentrated and the rule of law, and all these things came together, the spirit of entrepreneurship out in California, and it birthed these ideas, and they were very concentrated within like 50 miles of Silicon Valley, and then you had little places pop up, Route 128 in Boston and Austin, and up in Seattle, Portland, but the main center was in Silicon Valley, and so the world became used to using our software, Adobe, and Google and Microsoft, and so everyone used our software, and there ended up being one. Like there's really one. Okay, you can say there's maybe 2 or 3, but really there's one. Like Google's had 90% of the search engine traffic, and the whole world uses Microsoft products, and Adobe is sort of the standard for documents, and that's not going to be the case in blockchain. It's not going to be the case in blockchain because blockchain did not develop in a centralized place. Blockchain is developing worldwide. Jay, my long answer to your short question is that we're going to have specialization, and as long as the markets are large enough to sustain those applications, they will continue to thrive. And this is one of the real beauties of blockchain. It's a system that is a bottom-up system. It's not a top-down system. And that's captured in the decentralization, for sure, of the technology, but it's also captured in the specialization of the technology. And to be able to have job-specific tools that do it better than anyone else is easy to do. And you can, because most of this code is open source, you can fork it and specialize it for your own purposes. And then it's out there for the world to utilize, comment on, and download for free. And then you can customize that and put it back into the community.